Hey, it's your girl Glitter Smokes, and I'm back. Today we're not going to be doing a review. Today I am just going to be doing a little bit of talking. Um, so I've been kind of not going, but thinking of ideas of kind of how I want to incorporate like this second part into my channel. I think there was like a topic that just kind of kept coming to me um, ever since like yesterday when I was in the kitchen cooking. Like whenever I'm cooking, that seems to be when the creative juices start flowing. And of course, like I'm never I never stop and take note like I should, but I'm gonna be mindful to start doing that. Yeah. But because right now, I don't want to have to go too much into a disclaimer, but I do just kind of want to put out there that currently I got a lot of things going on. Nah, I have a few things going on with me as far as like my health goes. Nothing serious. I did make mention in my first review that I've had a couple of back surgeries, and I was told when I had my first fusion a couple of years ago that there were two other discs that at some point we're going to have the same thing done to them. So, like, I was aware of it. But we're not claiming anything, but right now it's possible that that could be coming to sooner than what I was hoping for, but it's still all good. um but I'm also kind of going through just mental exhaustion. It's been a whole lot going on. There's been a whole lot going on with a lot of us. I mean, just the circle of people that I deal with on an everyday basis. It's been like a lot of heavy shit, like and I think that's for a reason too, but that can be a whole nother conversation. But what what I wanted to talk about today was the term, and I keep looking over here because I wanted to make sure that I gave the proper definition of the term, but it's imposter syndrome. And I had never heard of this term before, like until maybe like a year. Yeah, like a year ago. So I'll just go ahead and give the definition for those who may not know, because it's okay. Like I said, once you kind of hear what it is, if you haven't experienced it, you probably know someone who has. But basically, the definition of it is the persistent inability to believe that one's success is deserved or has been legitimately achieved as a result of one's own efforts or skills, right? Now, I don't know about you, but when I learned that, I was like, holy shit. Like, I've had that like quite a few times. And part of me wanting this to be a safe space is me having to be vulnerable. Because with me being vulnerable and letting more out, I'm hoping that you will know that even though this is like you can do the same, right? Because I want to build that type of community. I think it's needed. Um, I think things like this need to be pushed more than, a lot of the toxic things that they love to fear, because it's what's needed and it's what's important, right? And everybody is not lucky to have it. close to them, you know, and I'll be the first to say, you know, blood doesn't always mean family. And I mean that in the most respectful way. No disrespect to anyone, but it's true. So I think I'm kind of trying to get away from what I'm going to share. But going back to the topic of imposter syndrome. So this time last year, I was, where did we are in November. This time last year, I found out on a fluke that I had third degree kidney cancer, and it was aggressive. Like, now, how did I find this out? Because there was nothing going on, like no signs of it in any of my blood work or anything. And I like go to the doctor regularly, especially with, you know, the complications and things like well, complications, like stuff going on with my back. Um, yeah. So what it was is I had went in for my yearly checkup from my fusion, and funny enough, like 3 months before it was time for me to go in, I noticed a different type of pain. And I really like to stress to people, pay attention to your body, listen to your body. Your body is going to let you know when something's not right. Point blank, period. That will probably get touched on again, too. But I noticed that I was having a pain, but it was like a different pain. Um, it was just different. So I was kind of getting nervous because, you know, you hear these stories about how, you know, sometimes the screws will loosen, you know, or they'll have to go in and readjust stuff. And, you know, you just hear things. And I mean, I know not to listen to other people's stories because everybody's experience is different. Um, but you know, I was real nervous about that, but I was really really good this time with this procedure. Like, I sat my ass down, I did not do things I didn't need to be doing because I did not want to mess up anything, right? But anyway, we go in, he does the x-ray, screws and everything are fine. He was like, but there's something that I want to just kind of get a closer look at, so I'm gonna schedule you for an MRI. And I'm like, okay, bet, you know, no problem. So we go in, get that done. um and you know, if you are familiar, I know you got your hospital wherever you are has some type of system where, you know, you get test results and things like that sent to you online or whatever. So I had gotten, you know, and when they send the results to your doctor, they send it to you at the same time. Now, I've had enough MRIs and scans like that, scans of that nature, that I pretty much can read these things. Like, and if it's a big word that I don't know what it means, you know, that is what copy and paste is for, and you Google. So I was on my break, of my lunch break for work, and they're like, oh, email results. So, you know, I'm scanning because I'm really thinking like, okay, fuck, like, I'm really thinking that that disc that he had already discussed with me was going to need to be fused as well. Wasn't really happy about it, but I already know what to expect. And that healing process, the older you get, is not going to be fun at all. I feel bad when I hear of older people having to have these types of surgery, especially since I've gone through it. Um, it's tough. It was tough for me, and I'm like, I have a really high tolerance for pain, right? That's a whole nother thing because it's really not like a bragging thing. That'll be another video. Reading the results, and I'm really just expecting that I'm gonna end up seeing something that's gonna indicate that this. I see reading the thing mass, and I know the word mass isn't great, right? So I'm like trying to keep calm. Because like I'm really good at I've gotten really good at controlling my emotions to a certain extent. So, but it may come out in a different way. But at least initially, when something is happening, I don't just, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm able to process, right? And allow myself to think clearly in the moment. So, that pat on the back, because like that wasn't always the thing, right? And this is kind of getting long, but the whole point of the story is like, yeah, I found out I had cancer um right after of having like this major back surgery. Now the way that everything happened and as quickly as it got taken care of, you cannot tell me that this was not divine intervention. Um, and there's like, I could go even deeper into that, but like, even if you guys do want to get a more in detailed video about it, I can definitely do that. But because everything happened so quickly and so smoothly, I still don't even recognize myself as being a cancer survivor. Like, even when I have to go to the doctor and fill out paperwork, and I remember like I was talking to one of the nurses and I had said it to her and she was like, "Girl, yes, you're a cancer survivor," and that's when it kind of dawned on me. Plus, my aunt, that's a whole nother story, because like she helped me through that, and it's a blessing. Like she was a blessing. I've always kind of had people who came into my life exactly when they needed to. I do believe we get messages from people. That's why, I don't shy people away, cuz like, especially when you trust your instinct, you can tell when you're approached by a person that's sketchy, or like, how you've ever met someone and you felt like you've known them your whole life type deal. Um, Something like that. But I still struggle with like accepting that I am a cancer survivor. Um, and really, me going through that was, I felt like I just had to share that part of me, because that's what really, really kind of got me pushing to want to do a channel, because I wanted to show that there are different sides to everything. And I wanted to do it, but not disrespect anyone whose story might be different. But I had to realize that I'm not disrespecting anybody else's experience. I'm just merely sharing mine, right? So this is me having a vulnerable moment, just to let you know that we are not what we go through, first off. And, sometimes you have to trust the process. And me going through that and the way that it happened, I mean, there's nobody that can tell me that I am not protected. There's no one. There's not, and you could tell me. You could tell me all you want to, but that's one thing that cannot be taken away from me. And yeah, that might be a harsh like way to find out, or a harsh way for me to realize that this entire time, even through like some of my toughest times, I was always protected. And again, there's power in that. Not saying that, I'm untouchable or anything like that, but it also sparked a flame in me to where, it's like, God damn it, I'm gonna be happy. I love myself. I'm seeing myself for who I have been, who I'm seeing myself through the eyes of those who love me. Because they say we have like what, three versions of ourselves? Is that it? Or maybe it's two. I'm not even gonna get into it because I can't even remember what the saying is, but it's something along the lines of where like, well, no, it was saying there's many versions of you because you have your version, which is the most important one, but each person that you've interacted with in your life, they all saw you from a different point of view. So we don't have control, and what that really what I get from that is we don't have control over what anybody else sees in us. We only have control of what we see in us, and that's what matters. And imposter syndrome, really, for me, it comes from you being told, and you being told something or told that you weren't deserving in some type of way, where when good things start happening, you question it because it's not normal for you. So you kind of are just waiting for it to blow up in your face. But no, baby, that's all you. That is all you, and you have to start believing it, even if you don't 1,000% believe it when you say it. If you say it enough to yourself, it'll listen. It will listen. Your soul will listen. And just you'll feel lighter. So I'm at my famous 20-minute mark. And when I put in all my other stuff, but I'm gonna end this because I think it's a good place to stop. Um, Thanks for listening, and I hope one day this reaches somebody and it helps them. Um, because that's really just what I want to do. I want to show that there's different sides to things. Like success is what you believe it to be. I have chaos just like everybody else has going on with them. I mean, I just talked about my back, right? But I am the happiest I have ever been in my life. Like genuinely happy. And that was another reason why I'm able to do this, because like when I tell you, this is so me doing this is so big, but it feels good. And I'm going to end this because I will keep talking. But I hope you guys are having a great night. And if you enjoyed this video, or if it spoke to you in any type of way, if you could just give me a like, leave a little comment, and subscribe, share, you know, trying to, make a nice little safe place for people. And also smoke a little THCA, because that is medicine. And that will be another video, but when I tell you that changed my life when it comes to the pains that I go through with my back, and there's not a medication that has ever been given to me that has helped. Because nerve pain, yeah, that's different. And if you know, you know. But yeah, let me go. Y'all have a good night, and I'll talk to y'all later. You'll have a review coming real soon.